The mall crawler is off with his new owner. Oh my God, I hate selling cars. So this will be a hunter's vehicle from now on, not a mall crawler.
It's the penalty for selling it.
Yeah, it's raining like crazy and all I want to do now is move out our new to us mall crawler. You know, here is a replacement waiting to get taken apart and it's raining cats and dogs.
Okay, I think that's good enough. I raised it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Under battery power. Finally, we start on our Discovery 4 because we sold our Discovery 4.
Exactly, and that baby has been sitting here for at least 4 weeks now, waiting.
And we're gonna use your winch to pull it out because we never used your winch for anything else than firewood and dead discoveries.
Yeah. So apparently you will be enjoying a video on how we fix our winch setup screw up after our rebuild.
Now here I can at least get to the plug and it looks like the light was in the way.
The light, well, the light is most important, Christian.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay, can you do that a little bit slower again?
So the wireless one isn't working.
So say what we also found.
A little bit of a loose plug here in the front. Good, now it's already got tension. So the instructions are very simple. If you see my brake light, you stop.
There is no slower and faster.
No, it's only in and out.
In and out.
Okay, like in the bedroom.
Hey, that sounds crunchy.
We're gonna have to order a synthetic rope because the steel rope, when it bulks up on one side, it's too thick and it's rubbing on the housing. So
Me washing that car in a bikini, but with these temperatures, it's not gonna happen, unfortunately. Because he won't let me have my own side. I have to wash here.
okay, I spray foam on your own side and then you can wash one side and I'm the other.
I have seen that others dry the car with the air hose.
That must be American. Our next step is we're gonna take the wheel arch liners out. So in this condition, before I disconnect the battery, I'm gonna do a deflate corners, okay? This way when we lower the vehicle down, it's not gonna sit there like a giraffe.
Yes.
One of the first things we do is take the spare wheel out because we never know if we're gonna have to take it out later on and then we're gonna have stuff in the trunk and so on and it's gonna cause a problem. So we do this now.
Yeah, we do that first. There it is. So, yeah.
Somebody actually did this correctly because this is a used spare tire. The dumbest thing you can do in your life is put actually a good spare tire down there, let it age, and then you can throw it away. You're supposed to rotate your spare tire into your wheel set and use it equally with the other tires.
Yes, because on our mall crawler, we didn't do that.
Don't try to winch this in without a spare wheel. It's gonna tangle up and you're gonna need a new winch. So we will be storing all our stuff as much as we can in the trunk of the vehicle here. That's why we took the spare wheel out.
Yeah. So remember, Christian, that is a maiden Discovery. Nobody ever worked on that car.
Most beautiful thing on a Discovery, removing headlights without any tools.
Yes. Perfect. See, there's sand everywhere. So they drove that car on the beach.
The wheel arch liners have all kinds of different bolts, so even I take a couple of photographs to know which bolt goes into what corner. So then I'm gonna photograph these two, and then there's some underneath here. Okay, that's the one bolt you don't want to forget. There is one from the wheel arch here behind the light, okay?
All wheel arch screws and clips are out.
This step now reveals how well taken care of that car was in the workshop. If there are now all the rivets missing, then the workshop sucked. One broken one, that's possible, but none of them are missing.
That was Christian, not the workshop.
Okay.
Yeah, that
that definitely was not me.
Yeah, it has.
Well, at least we still got the piece.
Yeah.
And we can probably glue it back on or rivet it back on. Okay, so that goes in your bag. Okay, with all the rivets out, we can take the wheel arch liner out. Now what's really important is if you broke now any kind of rivets in this stage, you want to make a list right away or you will be missing the stuff when you put it back together.
Exactly.
If you break this off, you got the first €60 damage.
Now that the wheel arch is out, you know, here is a hidden ground which is often corroded and causes all sorts of bings and bongs and sweet amigos. Look at that ground, how corroded it is. It's a copper cable probably. That is a rotten ground cable.
I got to disconnect here the tire sensor, and then this thing got to come out. Ooh, see, I got it already nicely disconnected. Okay. Now I would never blow this out with water unless we take the car apart and I take all the connectors apart and I can dry the connectors and I gotta keep them in a dry place. I label everything in bags. Here it's the first thing we did, underbody protection. It belongs to the body off procedure. Here is bag 2, wheel arches front, body off, bumper front, body off. I got a question. No? Can you let our audience know why you got a blue lip? Just in case not everybody watched the last video. I slammed the tailgate in my face. By accident, of course. I have the blood prints in my car, so it's evidence. Label your bags. You gotta be precise, otherwise you're never ever gonna get that baby back together. Believe me, I got enough messages. It's usually, we're finished with the car, but it won't start. It won't start. You have to distinguish between a body off, engine out. And then engine disassembly. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to put your bumper bolts into the cylinder head, okay? So today is the day. I cannot believe it. And ready to take the engine out. Yes. And as we are getting closer to Easter, temperatures drop below the temperatures we have on Christmas. And it is such a joy coming into our new workplace. I'm gonna start with the workshop manual. Okay, gotta take the cooling tank out. So here's my collection of oil change tabs from failed engines. We did buy this vehicle and the air conditioning is already exhausted on it. So they did do some work. There is no coolant in it, no oil in it, and no air conditioning in it. And I can see on certain spots that they had their hands on it. You want to lift the battery out for me? Yes, I will. Because if I do it, you're gonna hurt your back again. Yeah. So Christian, remember, you have to take pictures or remember where everything goes because we don't have a spare Discovery 4 as a reference. Oh, I don't know diddly squat about this car. Airbox comes out. Yes. The wiring comes out. Just a couple of bolts. Okay. Oh, heavy. Piece for you. Puzzle piece. Doing the airbox first and the battery wiring makes it easier for me to take the battery out. You know, we have to do it anyhow. And this way, I don't have to see the doctor tomorrow. Yeah, so the battery goes wherever it goes because you can't lift it into position. It's too heavy. Didn't work. Perfect. This is one battery tray out. Perfect. Good. Why are you giving them to me? Yeah, you put them back. It's the other way around. Oh, you want me to put them back? Yeah. Otherwise we have too many screws and nuts and bolts. So my plan is to clean all that stuff, but it's probably not gonna happen. Yeah, sometimes that's needed. See? Yeah. Perfect. Here are 2 more ground points. When you get your electrical gremlins, check your ground points. Battery management system here comes out. And it appears that all that stuff has been taken out previously. So I really think that is an exchange engine, which failed for the second time. second battery tray is supposed to come out. 45 minutes later.
Yes, Christian focuses on those plastic parts. I don't. So when you look at that screw, look at that. I'll get it out. There is some gunk on it. And I assume somebody put some clay or some sort of adhesive so it doesn't drop out of the socket while putting it back in. So with our new Grab My Ass pliers, it's easy peasy getting those hoses off.
Wow, this actually worked. Okay, Grab My Ass plier from Harbor Freight.
From Harbor Freight. So I am at a point right now where I think we're never ever gonna get that thing back together. But it's our fourth engine we built, so I mean we're gonna get it back together.
It's definitely the first car where somebody had the body off before. We never had this. All the other ones we had were complete virgins, okay? So I think we take the diesel heater completely out. That makes it easier, okay?
See if it fits in here. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Oh. Coolant. What am I gonna do with it? Gonna put it to the coolant tank and then think later on. The air intake hoses.
We destroyed this end here of the shroud completely. Yeah. That's typical for a Land Rover shop.
You think it was a Land Rover shop?
Could be.
Back here, that's where he hit our tool. Yes, you did that.
You did that.
And the 36mm wrench.
So this got to be opening this way. Ooh.
Don't hurt yourself. That, remember, it's for a bad day, which we have right now.
That's bad, just like the hammer.
Oh my God. So even I had to help.
Yeah, the bad day hammer solved the problem. I had to give it a good whack. We actually get a lot of emails, how do you get the viscous fan out, okay? Using a bad day hammer and knowing it's left-hand thread.
Yes.
That's all. There is no secret.
Do you think it has copper grease on it?
It doesn't look like it, and that's why it was stuck, okay?
Amateurs.
There's nothing on there, but it's not badly corroded. If it would be corroded in addition,
yeah,
it would be a really bad day.
Yeah, don't forget to pop those because they usually come off once you take the body off. In our case, by accident.
Comes off?
Yeah. Where do I put them now?
That's not my problem.
Oh my God. So when you see tie wraps on your new Discovery, you know somebody was already in there.
They snapped stuff off.
Yeah, here everything snapped off. Amateurs. Probably also not a forged OEM crankshaft installed.
First snapped off bolt on the wish-wash fluid tank, okay? Why don't they use copper grease? Why don't they tighten this to spec?
Yes, because it was out before.
I think this is regular water in here.
No, it's blue.
Well, a little bit blue.
So just in time for lunch break, a storm is rolling in. Oh my God.
Our castle bell just reminded us it's 12 o'clock and we missed lunch. So in addition, they turned on the rain. Taking off the rear wheel arches now after the storm has passed and everything is wet. The lunch break storm has passed. Make sure I'm disconnecting the tire sensors here. And out. Ooh, look at that. There is a pound of dirt in here.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's almost Easter and it's always colder on Easter than it is on Christmas.
There. Okay. And one more.
That? Mine doesn't have that.
No, yours doesn't have that.
I don't think yours does either.
I'm gonna have to take off the two brake lines here and over there.
Yes.
And we gotta take off the bumper. Rear wheel arch liners.
Yes. So I already labeled the back wheel arch liner rear and the date, and it goes into my body off box.
Rear light comes off. Plop. In certain countries on this planet, you gotta replace these bolts with some Torx bolts because
Really?
then the thieves think it's a Phillips and then they can't steal you the rear lights.
Oh, then we should do that too.
We don't belong to one of those countries where somebody would steal a rear light, okay?
Yeah, but Christian, we don't know what happened to our Range Rover rear light, which is different from the other one. Maybe it got stolen.
Thank you guys for pointing out that my Queen has a different light on this side than on this side. I didn't know that. Okay?
And I apologize to everyone who said
This did not bother me whatsoever. And now, every morning I come out, I spot it. I already found a place in Frankfurt. He says he can get you any light with your Range Rover. So I bet if I park my car next to his shop for a light,
he has two more
he's gonna
lights.
sell me my own light next morning. So these lights are available in all kind of different versions, okay? They are available also with this here being black, with this being darker.
But we're only going to do that if we ever sell that car.
No, we're gonna do that next week. I don't want to drive around like that. It looks like you're wearing two different shoes. Or two different socks, you know. You got dressed up in the front of the closet and it wasn't really happened to me so many times. Anyway.
So they were really loose.
It sounds like a workshop, okay? So that's it. We're gonna have to pull the rear bumper off. We gotta pull it straight back. And at one point I have to loosen the plug here. Yep, I got it. Very well.
You need the yellow screwdriver. Oh,
Got him.
yes.
So there is actually a plug here which we missed almost last time. There's loose. Big huge plug.
Loosey goosey.
Yeah.
Next bag goes in here. In one bag. So the next storm rolled in.
Yeah.
Non-AdBlue cars, or non-dev cars like Christian calls them, you only have one little bolt. So we disconnected everything in the engine bay. We moved everything from the wheel arches. The filler necks are loose. Oh my god, the bumper is off. Here everything is loose. Don't forget to disconnect your plugs.
We are following the Discovery 4 workshop manual. And remember guys, if you skip a step because you can't find the exact spot, it has a distinct snap when you lift your body off.
While the next storm is rolling through. So Christian thought it's an exchange engine because the oil sump is black, but it's black because of oil. Whoa, what the?
So we got to disconnect the emergency release cable here.
Yeah,
There we go.
Oh, what a pretty thing, hey? Oh, look at that, how rusty.
This is the emergency release for the transmission. I disconnected that. See?
Yeah.
And that's already all. This got to be disconnected here. Oh, look at that.
Yes, another sign that that car has been taken to a
Non-professional.
non-professional.
Causing a noise.
Yes. Change of plans. We got to lower the car again because we can't loosen the steering rack. Everything battery related is already taken out. So here.
Okay, that one comes out easy. Steering column bolt.
Yes.
10 of those.
10 body mounting screws. Oh my god.
Here.
So already got 6 in here. 10.
Body is loose.
Oh my god. So I just saw that it has a nail in the tire.
So we're gonna see if we get it up without any damage. We got now the body basically on the lift here on all 4 corners, and our driveway is in an angle, so this is always a little bit of challenging because the body comes up in the front before it comes up in the back. So we'll see. Bump it up. Yeah, that's rubbing big time here on the tank.
Oh,
Yeah, that's good. Bump it one more time.
you sure?
Yes. That didn't sound good. But it doesn't look pretty.
Oh shit.
What I can do is I can loosen the air tank here in the front, 2 10mm bolts, and then the tank can move out of the way a little bit.
Because
Ooh.
What?
Shit.
What?
There is a cable here which we forgot.
Yes, I told you.
Pretty obvious. See, there's the glow plug wiring connector here.
Yeah.
But it got to come out. There. That would have gotten us into trouble. And gone.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna bump it one more time.
I told you something is in the front.
That was just a minor snap. Okay, it was probably here somewhere.
Yeah.
What? Shit. Oh, you gotta lower it one more time. There's a cable hung up. Good stuff. Why did we miss that? Air suspension fault later on. In the front corner.
Oh my God, we forgot to.
Problem, then that would be the cause for it, okay?
When we lowered the vehicle, we forgot to pay attention to the diesel and AdBlue filler neck.
Good. Go ahead. That's the air compressor housing here.
Oh, okay.
Which is rubbing on our lift. Ooh. Yeah, that's good. Yes. Yeah, we passed all obstacles. Let me see if we got everything here.
I don't think so.
One more. Let's get the first few. Some oil here on the turbocharger down there, that's for sure. There's some nasty corrosion in some areas. But here you can see people been in here and didn't mount it correctly. We're gonna redo all this. We're gonna loosen that sensor in case we ever have to replace it. Parking brake module. Well, the overall condition is not bad. See if I torn this one completely apart. That's where it probably snapped here. But it doesn't look like it snapped. Whatever that is. We're gonna shoot the thumbnail picture now.
Yes, and we were stopped that yesterday after another storm rolled through. So now it's Sunday and we are going to move the engine with the frame into our workshop.
So that actually worked pretty good, getting the body off. We only had a little bit of rubbing on our air tank and it snapped by, and it was rubbing a little bit on the compressor housing. Last time I forgot this cable and it was a little longer afterwards. This time we got interrupted by a thunderstorm rolling through and I forgot to cover the tank lid.
Oh
so
my God.
I think our water and fuel sensor is gonna kick in when we have this baby back together. But if we get a water and fuel error message, that would be the best ever, because that means the engine is running. In the next episode, we're gonna wheel this baby in here over our pit and take the engine out. We have the benefit of our garage being right in front of the lift with a pit. Now, one more thing I wanted to point out, and that's true for both of us, for me and for Vera. We do not like if a shop is disorganized. If there are parts all over the floor and engine components on the floor lying around in the oil. If a workshop tells me they're doing good work and they got their crap all over the place, you're not doing good work, okay? That's my opinion. So get your shit organized, especially if you are a professional workshop. Now what Vera did here, she got the first shelf now about filled, I want to say to here. This is what she got organized as body off. And now we're going to fill this shelf up and it will be engine out. So we have it in sections and we know exactly this stuff got to go back in when we put the body back on. So organized in body off and now engine out.
Engine
and then
out.
We're going to continue here with engine disassembly. Don't post pictures from your great workshop performance where you have your crap all over the floor and you're stepping around in the oil. Nobody on this planet believes you that you're doing quality work. That's why we have only 3 bolts left over when we're done, okay? One out of the connecting rods and one from the other spot inside the engine, and we never found where it goes. So that's it for this week's video. We want to thank our Patreons a lot for their support, and
We'll see you next Sunday.
very well.